as a qualifying for the Hughron, playing a game here in Accra, scoring more than one goal for your players to have playing time in the teams that they will be returning to very soon?
Yeah, I mean, I understand the question with players getting playing times at their clubs. The problem always is that one, this is not my problem. I ideally would love all the squad to be playing regular at their clubs, but generally this is not the case. Some play regular, some play sporadically. Some play at a very high level, some play at a level not so high. So the most important thing is that when they're with us, it's about what you can get out of them in 2 days, which is difficult. We only have 2 days training before the first game. But it's picking a side that you think can compete well, can get a result, and in this second game, it was very much for us to try something different as regards the formation that we played. Play some players that are very much part of what we do that didn't play in the first game. And that's a hard balance, because on top of that, what you want to do is it's important to win the game also, just for the feel of the group and of course going forward. And of course for us to score, disappointed to concede the goal at the end, but to score 3 goals and in a game where maybe we could have scored more, then I have to be happy with that.
Yes.
Okay, Chris, just how important was this game in terms of you starting your preparations and looking at the team towards the African competitions? And what were some of the things that you saw in this game that you think subsequently you need to improve if Ghana is to do well in the African?
Yeah, I think you can always look to improve. But the really good advantage of this game was that, as I said, before the Central African Republic game, we in effect had 2 days training. So if we didn't have this second game, then probably the players would have gone back to their clubs the next day, and in effect we would have had them for 2 days training and 1 game. So this was important because we were able to do some work with them leading up to this second game. We tried a different formation because I think these are the type of games where perhaps you can try things. Even though it's not to the detriment of a result, we still want to win the game, and we still want to be as strong as possible. But certainly, I've seen enough in the 2 games to always give me confidence. There's still things we could have done better. Today in the first half, I thought we gave the ball away. The pitch was difficult, with obviously with the rain, but I thought we gave the ball away too easily at times in that first half period. And sometimes you need that to settle into the game, and sometimes you need to get that first goal to calm everybody down. So, but I've seen enough in the 2 games to be confident and optimistic, and looking forward, of course, to the next camp.
Yes.
All right. My name is Derek Eames, and I'm before TV. First of all, what did you like about today's win? And secondly, you had a change to your system, a 3-4-3 system, and it produced 3 goals for you. Are you thinking of taking this system also to the African Cup?
Well, I can tell you, first half I wasn't so happy because we changed the system, and when you change the system, you want the system to work, and it gives us an opportunity to look at the system. So not so good in the first half period, but I think particularly once we got the first goal, then I think really the game opened up, and then I enjoyed a lot of what I saw in that system. So whether that's down to the system or whether that's just down to the fact that we've scored the goal, the game opens up, and maybe whatever system we'd have played would have been the same end product. But we managed to score 3 goals. I think we could have had more. So, as I say, there was a lot of good aspects of what I saw, particularly in the second half. As regards to going forward, all that does do is gives me some opportunities to think about different formations and changing formations in games.
Yes,
Hi, Coach. My name is Abigail.
Hamid and Jonathan Soa, and we are grateful for the time you gave them today. Personally, on your level, were you impressed with what you saw? How would you assess them? And please, will you do it again?
Okay. I'm very, very conscious of what any introduction into the camp from local players. I'm very, very conscious of that, and that's why I stay here for periods to watch as many games as I can here. But it's always going to be about competition, and when it comes to whatever squad, I have to pick the whatever it is, 24, 25 man squad that I think is the best squad to get the result that we need to get. Sometimes injuries can give others an opportunity, and we of course had an opportunity for both players from Lyon, and I think both done well, and particularly Jonathan coming on in that last minute and giving the team a real lift, I think, in that period, particularly when the game opens up. But really pleased for Hamid as well to make his debut. So I think that's probably for them too. I think that's great encouragement. It's great encouragement for more of our local players to want to aspire to.
Yes.
Coach, some parts in this Coach, you made mention of your disappointment in the first half, but to me, it has been a consistent problem to your team. From Angola game to Madagascar, last week at Kumasi, your team struggled in the first half. And today, do you have any idea of the problem you are facing during the first half of the game?
Ultimately, it's also about getting the right result. So the game is not played over 45 minutes. The game is played over 90 minutes. And you are right. In some recent games, we haven't played to the level that we would have liked to in a first half period, and that's my responsibility. You know, I am the coach, and you know, for any difficulties or problems that I see, it's for me and the team to solve them problems. And it can be the other way around, where we start strong and finish not so good. So we always accept if there's aspects of a game we haven't done well enough, and that's always areas for us to improve on.
Yes.
So one question to Coach and then one question to Ernest. Coach, congratulations on the win. It's the first time I'm coming to Accra to play a game in 4 years, 5 months. We've been playing in Cape Coast and Kumasi in the past, in that period. You've had the privilege of playing most of the games in Kumasi. What would you say are some of the similarities between playing Accra and Kumasi, and what are some of the differences? I'd like for you to also factor the pitch, the crowd, and everything, the atmosphere. And for Ernest, you grew up admiring Mohamed Kudus. Now you're on the pitch, scoring goals in the national team with him. How does it feel like?
Okay, so on the first question, I would have to say first and foremost that the decision to where the games are played are, of course, decisions by the association. For myself personally, what I would never do, and because I've been around a long time and played at lots of clubs and had lots of experiences, is I would always appreciate wherever we play and whatever crowd we play to. So the only thing I can do is speak about today. The crowd were excellent today, and I think they grew with us as the game got better and our performance got better. The crowd got louder, and I think probably the fact we haven't played here for a while had something to do with it. And it's, of course, for everybody, it's good. It's good to be back here. But as regards where the games are played, that's not my decision.
It feels good. They are the players we look up to, and not only him, a lot of the senior players in the squad. And it's also a motivation for us like being on the same pitch with them, scoring goals is motivation, and this keeps me going because one, I was watching him on the TV, and now you're on the pitch with him, doing great things for Ghana. Yeah.
Yes.
Coach, my name is Joseph Adama with Ghana West. The last time the Black Stars played at Accra Sports Stadium was some 2 years and 5 months ago. We returned to the Accra Sports Stadium and we won by the same margin that we won the last time against our team, 3-1. The Black Stars have struggled to score more goals under you and the previous coaches. And playing at the Accra Sports Stadium, we've been able to score 3 goals. The last time we were able to score 3 goals was in Cape Coast in the game against Madagascar and one against another team. Would you say maybe you fancy other places for your World Cup qualifier? And for Nuamah, 2 goals in 2 matches, what would you like to say about it? Has it boosted your confidence?
So very quickly as regards when we play our games and the fact we've scored goals here and maybe not so many goals in Kumasi, I again can tell you that we are subservient to decisions that are made, and decisions that will be made certainly above us on where the games are played. But we've had excellent support whatever the games are. This is for sure. And whether it's a full stadium, 50% full, 25% full, we have a Ghanaian support and crowd that are very, very much behind us. So for us, our responsibility is to do the best job we can on the football pitch, whether that be in Kumasi, Cape Coast, here. It's our responsibility to try to do the best job that we can.
Yeah, I would say it has, because my first debut goal for Ghana was in Kumasi, and it's my community, and it helped Ghana qualify for the African Cup, and yeah, I'm highly motivated.
So we take the last 3 and then we're done. Yes, you.
Coach, from the World Cup, qualified for the AFCON, Madagascar, Angola game, and Central Cameroon. Ball distribution from the goalkeepers. I'm not too impressed. What can you say about that?
Okay, so to answer your question, I think one area, you know, if one of the concerns has been that we haven't scored enough goals, then certainly one of the pluses has been is that we haven't conceded so many. And if we haven't conceded so many, then that is also a big part of what the goalkeeper does. So we work with the quality of keepers that we have, and we are very, very happy to work with them, and they're very, very much part of any win that we have, any result that we have, certainly in a result where we don't concede goals.
Colleagues, we've come to the end of the press conference. Coach, you have to think about us.